So what is going on, everybody in the YouTube world? I'm back with yet another video, and quite surprisingly, I have a different video. I'm back reviewing old movies from yesteryear. And yes, I said yesteryear. And it will feature none other than O Neal from the movie Superfly, circa 1972. And I also want to give a shout out to Ashley Says So. She has a very large platform on YouTube, and she is who got me motivated enough to even go back to my old channel ways of reviewing Hollywood stars. Go check out her channel because she should really be receiving millions of views for her hard work. My goodness. Listen, I'm the type of guy who loves movies from the 1970s, 80s, and on, including Superfly, which debuted August 5th, 1972. On the basis of Superfly, many predicted that O Neal would become the biggest black star since Sidney Poitier, and he would have, if not for several setbacks. It's basically a 1970s New Jack City starring Wesley Snipes. You know, it's pretty much gritty and everything that you expect of a blaxploitation films. There's a lot some people don't even know about a film, including the meaning of the title, which describes the high quality of cocaine the character priest puts on the street. Fly was the term at the time, says Philip Fenty, who wrote the script for Superfly. I could have heard it someplace, and it stuck because it was that cool. Curtis Mayfield's soundtrack to Superfly is what propelled the movie to box office and commercial status. The movie did so well in '72, it briefly topped The Godfather as the highest grossing film in the country, and was the third highest grossing movie of 1972. The theater ran out of tickets while a line still stretched around the block. Somebody even broke the door open, and from what screenwriter Phil Fenty said, you saw this mass of people with police trying to stop them from getting in. That's just how big the film was when it came out. He also said that was a very, very high moment for him. Remember earlier, I mentioned his setbacks? Well, one of them was the NAACP. They was one of the first ones to come after him. Singer Curtis Mayfield spent the rest of his life defending the film. He said nobody called James Bond, Tarzan, or Frankenstein white exploitation movies. That's exactly what he told the Chicago Tribune at the time. Now, you already know not everyone loves seeing black drug dealers and the street life humanized. Groups like the NAACP, they also criticized the film for its violence and depictions of drug use as if it wasn't happening in real life. Stop it. And of course, accusing them of glorifying terrible people. I just never could understand that word black exploitation. They didn't call it white exploitation when we saw James Cagney's gangster films and a huge amount of the film which dealt with mafia and bootlegging. How it's okay for some but not the others still baffles me. So here's another thing. Some critics also even believe that the film's glorification of drug dealers serves to subtly critique the civil rights movement failure. So they was even saying that around 1972, some of the reason why you had these blaxploitation films like pimps and drug dealer movies was because it was a critical failure of the civil rights movement during the turbulent 1960s. And they trying to pick up where they left off. And so it was an influx of movies like Shaft, The Mac, you had Superfly, you had Dolomite, several volumes of Dolomite movies. The list goes on because there was so many of them, I couldn't even name them all. You had Pam Grier, you had Richard Roundtree, you had Fred Williamson, you had Max Julian, you had so many black rising stars that was all had a similar interest, and it was sticking it to the man. That's how they called it. So in watching yesterday's Ashley Says So video about O Neal Superfly, it was mentioned about how basically his career was stunted. It was stunted after so much negative press surrounding the movie came out. And He had Superfly TNT that came out in 1973 that bombed box office. It didn't do nearly, not even close to what the original film did. And so I just would like to thank Ashley Says So for getting me back into the groove of making old forgotten Hollywood movies. So I was priceless, Raw. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like, comment, and share my video. Until we meet again, take care.